Conventional narrow shaped trainers, footwear, um, women stilettos are really bad for the feet. They're not designed for the comfort of the feet. They're not designed in the shape of the human foot. The human foot, and everyone's foot is different, is unique, but we all pretty much have the similar characteristics of the foot naturally spreading out wide, as in like that. If this was my foot, rather than scrunched up like this in any narrow shaped footwear, especially stilettos. The human foot naturally spreads out when it's walking, and there's always a certain gap between the big toe and the other toes. But then again, each foot is different. Um, Many of the conventional trainers like Nike, Reebok, Adidas, they make trainers which are narrow shaped, which is like my hand, where it narrows up right to the top. The human foot is not designed like that. The foot is wide at the end. And from my research, I found that some of the trainers, and actually most of the trainers made by a company called Altra, Altra, based in America, they sell barefoot running footwear. These footwear are probably the most natural human shaped footwear that is made right now, especially for us who are living in the city, walking on pavements. It's very difficult to walk on pavements on barefoot, and I won't advise anyone because it really is uncomfortable. One is more comfortable going barefoot on grass and feeling the natural comfort of the mud. Many foot defects can be created by wearing unnatural shaped stilettos for women. These footwear are so uncomfortable. They put the human foot on a certain position where a person can actually get tripped over, and this is why you see many heels break. The right correct footwear is something which is more on the floor. It's flat and it's not too high. I wouldn't recommend anything more higher than half an inch as a sole for the bottom of any footwear. I myself wear a pair of Nike running trainers, and it's really awkward when you're walking on them. You feel taller, but you also don't feel connected to the ground. I bought some Vibram Gorilla trainers, and I found that these are really good for indoors, but they're not very good for walking on pavements. It's very uncomfortable, and you just cannot get used to it. You shouldn't get used to it because of the uncomfortability. You're better off wearing other conventional trainers. In the summer, I personally like to be in sandals, June, July, August, September, because I just love being barefoot, and pretty much all 4 months I am wearing sandals and I'm going out. This is how the human foot naturally is like. It likes to be barefoot. It doesn't want to be clogged up in a pair of socks and inside a pair of trainers smelling. Fortunately, we can't do anything about it in the winter, because in the winter it does get very cold and you have to wear footwear. But the design is flawed. Many of the designs, they don't consider the human foot the way it's shaped. And I personally believe if the manufacturer could have made through foot scanning, they could create a perfect mold footwear for each individual. It might cost a lot of money, but one is better off. As I've said, the Ultra trainer, which is sold by the company Ultra in America, this is the closest thing to the natural. I believe I have not bought a pair so far, but it really is amazing. You just totally believe in it. And the Vibram is not bad too, but it's not great for outdoor. It's great for indoors, inside your house, in a laminate floor. It's great for barefoot running in the wild. But the sole is not thick enough. human foot naturally likes to be barefoot, and if people could be working in the summer with sandals on, then I would advise that. If children could go to school wearing sandals in the summer instead of these shoes, which really disallow comfort, then it would be a good thing. Many of the designs have to be redesigned, especially many of the conventional ones. And even though the narrow shaped footwear looks more nice and more streamlined, it's not the right design. And I personally find, with my foot defects, which I've had a bump on one of my toes, a callus, is a hardening, which has completely locked my right toe. It's excessive friction that causes that. When you have inseams inside trainers, your feet is constantly rubbing on the footwear, and you end up with calluses on the top, and they become very sore and painful. Prevention is better than the cure, so you're better off being barefoot when you're at home. You only need to wear trainers when you're out, but when you're at home, take them off. Be barefoot. There is more to learn from this, and I should be hopefully making another video.